Hello, welcome back to another edition of the Simpsons Season Review. If you haven't seen any of our other videos, please feel free and check them out. This video we move on to Season 2, Episode 7, Bart vs Thanksgiving. The episode first aired on the 22nd of November 1990.
Viewing figures for this episode, they're up from the previous episode. They're up 0.5 million, go up to 25.9 for this one. So steady increase so far for the series. And basically, this episode, I think is this the first one where both sides of the family have been...
I think so, yeah, I think it is.
If I'm not mistaken, first appearance of Marge's mum.
Yes. But this episode, it does centre mainly around Bart and Lisa. That's the main presence of the episode.
Yeah, basically them falling out and then the eventual...
Well, we'll talk about the end of it soon.
Yeah,
main gist of it is Bart and Lisa episode.
Yeah. No prize for guessing where this centres around. Clues in the title. Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Basically, the first act of it is just basically setting up the fact that the Simpsons are having the family round for a Thanksgiving meal. Marge, obviously, with her being the mum, the cook, she's trying to prepare everything. While you've got the kids and Homer just basically doing what they normally do, sat on the couch watching TV. And I believe the traditional Thanksgiving parade, is it, that they normally have sort of thing?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And yeah, Bart does at one point offer to help Marge, but he does become a bit of a hindrance with it, though.
You may as well have not helped her, to be honest.
It's like, firstly, you can't find a tin opener for the cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Then once he finds it, he can't even work the tin opener, so Marge has to open it for him. And then eventually this leads to him just basically leaving the cranberry sauce in a bowl on the table for it to just collapse when Marge wants it in the fridge.
Yeah.
So it's like you say, he might as well have just not even bothered helping at all. But yeah, in the meantime, Lisa's in the process of creating this centrepiece for the Thanksgiving dinner.
It's can be a bit of a show-off, Lisa, can't she?
Well,
to be honest.
At this point, she's coming across as the only one who has any brains in the family.
Yeah, true.
Even if they do try and retcon it, but then not in subsequent series.
And they're getting to the point where Bart's out of control in this one.
Yeah. But yeah, as we say, we go along. At one point, Marge wants Homer to go and pick Grandpa up from the Springfield Retirement Castle, basically, and he's apprehensive. He says he'll go at half-time during the game. But then I think once Patty and Salma arrive, he decides he's just going to go. Is that the impression you get as well? The fact that Patty and Salma turn up and then he just changes his mind.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he still don't like him. We know he don't like him now, so...
Yeah, and at the same point, they show in this episode why sometimes he can't be liked, because even though Marge has been cooking for Thanksgiving, they decide to bring their own food as well.
Yeah, and it is actually the debut of Jacqueline Bouvier in this episode.
I thought it was, I didn't think... But again, she's even though she's Marge and obviously Patty's or Salma's mum, she doesn't really show up many times.
Yeah, but it proves that she doesn't want to be there either.
Yeah, it's
like, and she doesn't think highly of Marge. Yeah. Like the comments she comes out with. You've always been, I think she said, you've always been a disappointment.
Or something, yeah. So it's like, yeah, she's obviously just there to be the proper downer on proceedings.
Did you ever say how old she actually is?
I can't remember. I don't remember actually hearing anything, but again, it may have been mentioned in passing in a later episode. But yeah, for a debut, she didn't really get much in her. As you say, she comes across as being just...
Well, she said she had laryngitis, but she was miserable in the episode anyway.
Comes across as being a miserable person. No support for Marge, at least. I don't think she really had much communication with Patty and Salma anyway, did she?
No, did Patty and Salma get their personality from the mother then?
Possibly. there is a possibility there, but yeah...
Yeah,
she does basically come across as a bit a bit of a complainer sort of thing. You can see she's probably one of these who cries about not getting a seat on the bus or other sort of stuff that
You can see that
people would cry about. But yeah, as I say, you got that. Homer does obviously go and pick Grandpa up. When he gets to the nursing home, it's like you got. I don't even know whether. Do we actually know who this guy is who's reading out the notes at the nursing home?
I don't think so.
I don't
no.
think he don't come across as a carer, but then it's like, well, who else would he really be there?
Yeah.
But it's like, oh yeah, notes from family who couldn't be here, and the old people delighted that the family would even think about them to send them a note. It's like, well, it's Thanksgiving, shouldn't your family really be there with you?
You don't want to be there, do you?
But then on the other side of it, Homer tries to take Grandpa out, and Grandpa doesn't seem to want to go.
No.
And then Homer just chirps up, oh, come on, it's depressing here. Grandpa chirps up, I've got to live here. It's like, yeah, more power to you.
Yeah.
But yes, and then in the meantime, back at the house, again, more work on the centrepiece for Lisa. But Maggie, in this sense, comes across as having a bit of smarts in her. She manages to negotiate all the perils on the stairs, the exposed wires.
Yeah, she does actually, yeah.
And yeah, it's just like, oh. So yeah, but yeah, then it obviously comes to the whole family being there. Grandpa and Homer have come back, and Lisa brings down the centrepiece. But then this is where we get the rebellious Bart side.
Yeah, but to be fair, Lisa can be come across as Mrs. Goody Two Shoes. Yeah, it was a nice centrepiece, but Bart ruined it. Yeah, but Lisa can be come across that way.
Oh yeah, yeah. She can lay it on a bit at times, but yeah, this is Bart bringing the turkey through and deciding there isn't enough space for both the turkey.
But
and
there
the
was.
centrepiece.
He was just being awkward and wanted to take the limelight from Lisa doing that. Right.
So this leads to the point of them falling out.
They're both as bad as each other, to be honest.
Yeah.
Lisa was trying to show off. She did a good centrepiece, but she was trying to be good at choo-choo, showing off, I made this. And Bart was trying to take the limelight, trying to spoil the moment, out of control.
So yeah, obviously this then leads to the fight over the centrepiece, where it eventually lands in the fire, the same fire that Homer's been trying to light.
Yeah, and it's about just lights.
But yeah, you get another funny line from Grandpa. Oh, that's got that fire going somewhat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is the first instance as well of very few where Homer and Marge are both on the same page of wanting to punish Bart.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think you see it often.
Yeah. It's like Homer tells him to go to his room firstly. Bart, then being the smart aleck that he is like, oh yeah, well, send up such and such a thing now and I'll take whatever in the next 5 minutes or so.
Was it because you ruined Lisa's centrepiece or not? Because when she was playing the saxophone, you see Homer's voice, like, you know.
Again, maybe it might have just been the fact that the rest of the family were there. Maybe that's a key thing, because you don't see them both punish Bart very often.
No.
When he plays up, he's mainly doing it when it's just Homer and Marge there.
Why do you think he did it?
Because he is a rebel. He's a troublemaker. And possibly, again, it might come down to the fact of...
Jealousy.
Just the fact of, oh, Lisa's showing off again. Why should it be all about her? People should be looking at me, sort of thing.
To be honest, you think it's all about Lisa, but then in the end of the episode, it was about Bart again. So Bart does take a lot of the limelight still.
Yeah.
Lisa tries to show off, but then a lot of the time it does actually backfire and it all goes back to Bart.
Yeah, but then, like you say, then once the rest of the family have eventually gone, and again, another classic line from Grandpa, going, if I don't get back to the home by 9 o'clock, they legally declare me dead and take all my stuff. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you get Marge speaking to the kids. Lisa's obviously like, oh, Bart doesn't even care about stuff and all this. She tries to force an apology out of Bart, which leads to Bart just deciding he's out of here, basically, and takes Santa's little helper with him.
Yeah.
Ends up on the wrong side of the tracks, where his brilliant idea to get money is to give blood, using Homer's ID.
Yeah, exactly.
ID
he won't look alright, would he?
Yeah, won't he have a photo on it? And it's like, well,
Unless the woman was blind.
Well, yeah, possibly. But, yeah.
Then he goes to this where place to get food by these two guys.
Well, yeah, basically the tail end of him giving blood is the fact of maybe because he is, maybe the reason you got to be old enough to a certain age to give blood is because maybe if you're younger your body can't take it.
Yeah, that'll be the case, yeah.
And basically because of this.
Well, you're lightheaded. You're giving blood, you're lightheaded, so...
He passes out due to giving blood, and then sounds like Halper decides to eat his cookie while he's unconscious.
As a dog does.
Yeah, but yeah, like you say, these two homeless guys find him, take him to the shelter, which then sets the tone for Ken Brockman doing... I think was this like the forerunner for his goodwill pieces, even though...
Well, it's like a goodwill from what comments he was saying.
Yeah, basically, yeah. What will spawn off to be his goodwill one, but this one's more the case of, it obviously looks like he's either doing it because he's been ordered to do it, or,
he's been ordered to do
or
it.
he thinks it'll be good for his publicity.
I think he's been ordered.
And yeah, from this you get Bart being interviewed, and basically, the result to this is the fact that Lisa comes down to read a poem, and within 2 seconds, like you say, the
Bart's
limelight
face
goes
comes,
from it's Grandpa goes, oh, Bart's on the TV, and then from Lisa doing a poem, it's like, oh, Bart, and it's like, oh, Bart's missing.
You can sort of see Lisa's frustration within the family. It's like, I don't think she's appreciated as much as she'd like. Yeah, she tried to show off and tried to be the brain of Britain, but Bart seems to always take that limelight from Lisa. So you can sort of see why she feels alienated from the family sometimes.
Yeah, because it's like no matter what Bart does, he eventually becomes Golden Child again.
Yeah, no matter what Lisa does, it doesn't seem to work to the point as Bart's.
Yeah, because obviously Marge, I don't know if it's evident in the early series, but eventually it becomes Bart, his, as she says, her special little guy. So it's like she is the mothering figure to her son, but she doesn't really show the same affection towards Lisa.
Neither does Homer, does he?
Homer doesn't show affection to any of the kids.
True.
So it's like, yeah, you can understand. It's like Bart is the apple in Marge's eye. Homer occasionally shows interest, but again, most of the time that's either because he's been told off by Marge or because he wants something out of it.
The only one who showed interest in Lisa was Homer's mum when she came back. She had a similar...
Yeah, because they were trying to put across that they both had the similar smartness to them. And again, as he tried to say in another episode, that the Simpsons females are smarter than the guys. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, because of this, they then get the police involved, who subsequently say, well, Bart's not at this place anymore, he's scarpered basically.
Well, talking about police, Lou has black skin instead of yellow starting in this episode, if you noticed.
So basically, yeah.
Yeah,
so they got it back on the case, yeah. Because he...
Did that with a few characters, didn't he?
I think it was just a case of, well, the ones you notice, it was him, and obviously...
Barney changed his as well.
Barney's wasn't skin colour, his was skin hair.
Hair
colour, sorry.
Yeah.
In at least the first episode, the Christmas episode, it was yellow, but then it turned to its dark colour. Now, I think the only one I can remember was a different skin colour, which only lasted for an episode, was Smithers.
It was.
There may have been others that were different skin colours to what they eventually turned up as, but those two were the two main ones. But yeah, basically, eventually Bart will come back home, but contemplate whether he should go into the house or not.
Yeah, because he had a daydream at the door.
It starts off nicely, like, oh, the family are happy to see him, and then it leads to, oh, apologise to Lisa, he does, and then he flips to, oh, it's going to turn into a nasty scenario.
To be honest, we could have seen the very first words from Maggie in his daydream.
To be fair,
she spoke.
In fairness, technically that is the first time Maggie speaks, if you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Even though, again, I think after this one, they don't do it again for a while, or don't hint at it again for a couple of series until probably the episode about or Lisa's first words.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, so from that, Bart decides he's not going back in the house.
Goes on the roof.
Miraculously finds all the toys he's lost.
Yeah, I know.
They're on the roof. Would you not know they're on the roof in the first place? Starts messing around, but then because the Simpsons have gotten a duct or something on the house that we never realised before, you can hear Lisa getting upset. And then this leads to just basically them having a sort of heart-to-heart. Lisa making Bart realise what he did was wrong. They make up. And then in all this, Homer's been listening out the bathroom window as well.
I know, exactly.
Seems a bit convenient, what? So how long's he been listening for?
Yeah.
But yeah, the episode itself just basically ends on a nice, the family back together, just enjoying a meal. It looks like it's morning time, but at the same point, it's like what they're eating doesn't.
I know, it does look like morning to me. Yeah.
What was it they were eating? Were they eating burgers or something?
I think so.
So it's like it's not exactly breakfast. So
no,
it's weird on what they were, unless they're having a late breakfast or something. But yeah, that's basically the underlying of the episode itself.
There's a moral side to the episode, what they're trying to get at. The family, you can treat your friends like your family. You can have rivalries in your family, but then at the end of the day, it's still family, and family should stick together. So at the end of the episode, Bart does realise what he did was wrong, and then the family were all together, happy again. So the moral to the episode is, family, like I said...
families fight, but eventually they do make up.
Yeah. Well, that's what they were getting at.
But again, yeah, obviously, because it's a Thanksgiving episode, you understand why they did it with that one. Because again, Thanksgiving, okay, although us as Brits don't celebrate it because it's the
not
American thing.
Not on our calendar.
Exactly. But you could sort of understand Thanksgiving is a time for the Americans to be appreciative of what they have. So basically, a nice traditional family
embrace
episode.
the family.
Yeah, because in the early series, that's what the Simpsons tried to do before they started appealing to all the social elements that were going on.
And it got Bart closer to Lisa as well at the end of the episode.
Yeah, got them on the same page, if only for that episode. But again, as I say, still a nice little episode to have. Basically, in the series as a whole, and just at the point of where it would be broadcast and what the episode encompassed, basically.
And it was good. Yeah, and it was good where Homer and Marge were on the same page.
Yeah.
But it's not very seen often.
Yeah, but as I say, with the telling him off, maybe that was more down to the fact the whole family was there. So see the fact that we have to punish him, as opposed. I mean, maybe if the rest of the family weren't there, maybe it would have turned into the usual dynamic. One tries to punish him while the others sort of takes a light approach, or as we say sometimes, good cop, bad cop situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, any other bits from the episode?
Well, this is the 4th episode to have Bart's name somewhere in the title. And that's when Patty and Selma arrive, Patty's dress is blue in one shot, and is Magneta again in the next.
So yeah, early animation, not mess ups, but just slight inconsistencies, basically, because it's still the early series sort of thing. Anything else from it, or?
That's it for that part, I think. Let's talk about the positives and negatives then. Negatives first.
Negatives. Although we said it was a good thing for Marge and Homer to be on the same page, it comes across as a bit of a negative. As I say, on the other point I said, on the fact of it seems like they're only both punishing him because the family's there. So it sort of sets up a sort of bad dynamic to it. If it was the fact of that's the way they did it all the time, then they're okay. But as far as I can remember, that's the only time that both have been on the same page when it comes to punishing Bart or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it sort of sets a bad dynamic on that one.
Another bit of the episode I didn't like is when Bart gives blood with the ID. You'd have a picture ID, so should have known it wasn't Homer.
Yeah, and following on from there, it's like, well, shouldn't more questions not be being answered from what is obviously a child being at a homeless shelter?
Yeah.
And even the point of when he's asked, so you want to say anything to your family? Yeah, I didn't apologise. It's like, no fault to that. Why were you refusing to apologise? What, have they thrown you out then or something? So yeah, that whole dynamic with Bart running away was a bit weird in that sense. Although one thing did miss from the episode, brief cameo from Mr. Burns in this one.
Yes.
Always a plus point, even to the point of Smithers cooking all that food, Mr. Burns having like one bite of it and then going like, I'll just get rid of the rest of it, but then getting annoyed and wanting the hounds released as soon as Bart tries to nick his pie.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't want the rest of the food, but that pie is so special. But yeah, any other negatives from it?
Negatives. Marge's mum not appreciating Marge going to that effort.
Yeah, just coming across as a complainer basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, the whole premise. I mean, okay, Patty and Selma did as well, but they appear more often, and that sort of become their character. And most of the time it's against Homer, but maybe Patty and Selma as well. The fact that they brought food even though they knew Marge was cooking.
That's it, yeah.
So it's like trying to undermine her. So basically, all of Marge's family basically trying to undermine her. Yeah, any others?
I think that's it for the negatives.
Yeah.
Let's work positives for the main positive of the episode.
Yeah,
family sticking together.
Yeah, the family. No matter how it led there, you eventually get to the whole family being back together. Bart and Lisa being on the same page for a change, and actually showing some sibling love and affection, and the fact that Bart towards the end, when Lisa's trying to get him to think about what he did before he apologises, and the fact he actually thinks about it and then realises, yeah, I did actually do something that upset her and I do need to apologise, as opposed to what would become a common thread when Bart does anything wrong in future series, where he just throws a fake apology most times. So
yeah.
He actually apologises and means it this time. And yeah, like we say, just the end scene, just the fact the whole family unity, they're back together again, they're on the same page, and they're not arguing for a change.
You don't see that much, do you?
No, because even if they try to give it an upbeat ending, they don't really end that many times with the family all together. But again, as the series progressed, they tried to take it a little bit away from that sort of thing. They tried to add elements that stuck, sort of like when Lisa becomes vegetarian, as opposed to it being...
I had that in my mind, yeah. That's the other time where Bart ruined... no, it was Homer who ruined it, weren't it, in that one?
No, it was... If you think of the barbecue, the hot
yeah.
roast, it was Lisa. Lisa was ruining it because she didn't like the fact
That's right, you're correct, yeah.
But yeah, no, just the dynamic with that, just the fact that where you throw a plot in an episode in the earlier ones, it's not... I won't say it's forgotten, but by the end of it, the status quo returns. But I'm just using the Lisa turning vegetarian episode as an example. The fact that was one thing that was put in, and I think it still stands now, like 15, 20 seasons on.
Yeah.
So the earlier series, they were just trying to do standalone episodes, which maybe not got the status quo back to normal, but tried to still leave it on a positive note.
Another positive is Maggie having it's like a bit of intelligence in the episode.
Yeah, because again, although it wasn't a time to shine moment for her, just the fact of she can crawl in this episode. She's aware of dangers, even though I think probably in later episodes it was just forgotten about, and she'd go to fucking nearly injure herself on stuff. But I know what you're saying. Basically, the fact that she seems to have an awareness of her surroundings, even though, why is the house such a death trap? Like, again, that could be a negative, just the fact of there's bare wires on the stairs. You've got baby in the house, why are they there?
Yeah, that's it.
So,
yeah.
So it's a pros you can avoid them, but it's a negative of the fact of, well, should they not be baby safe? Even though, let's face it, Homer isn't exactly the most safety conscious person, even though his job title is a safety inspector.
Exactly, not a very good one, but he is a safety inspector.
You can't do the job at work, and he's not very good at it at home either.
No.
So yeah.
Any others? Positives?
Can't think of many, because as I say, it's just like that the whole episode is like a massive positive in itself.
It is, yeah.
So it brings it up in what you call it in the levels, even though you've got a lot more negatives. The positive overweigh those negatives anyway.
Well, I think that's it for the episode.
Yeah.
If we've missed anything that you want to comment about, please, like I said, comment down below. If you've got any negatives and positives which we've also missed, please leave us a comment also.
Like, share, subscribe.
And we'll see you in the next video.